One of, if not the most powerful tools that we all have access to for healing, for mental health, for emotional health, for overall well-being is within us. And that is the power of our breath. So in today's video, I want to be going over some of the basic principles of breath work. Some of the benefits, the mechanism behind how breath work can be so powerful, some simple techniques, and how to begin integrating these today.
So the rope touches my left heel.
With peppers, onions.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the MME YouTube channel, where we help you develop a healthy mind to keep your body aligned. My name is Tyler Egan, and I will be your wellness mentor and educator. Oh God, I can't speak today. Educator. And like I said in the intro, in today's video, we're going to be talking about breath work. So let's just dive right into this. I like to start all of my videos off with a definition. And this is as clear and simple of a definition that I've been able to come up with. And that is, breath work is consciously controlling the breath. Now, why is that important to define as we get started here? Because breathing is something you don't have to consciously think about. Your body, the innate intelligence within the human body is so incredible that you will breathe on your own so that you don't die. Like your body, your brain, like the combination of the two, it'll happen. It's programmed into your brain just to do it automatically without you consciously thinking about doing it. And as I said in the intro, the reason why we want to do this, among other things, the reason why we want to consciously control our breath through breath work is because it can help with emotional health, mental health, healing, and just all areas of well-being. So that's the working definition we're going to start with. So now let's just talk about some of the benefits. And we'll just start with physical health, right? We'll just start with physical health. So it can improve your respiratory system, I'm just going to say improve breathing. Right? If you walk up a flight of stairs and you find yourself out of breath, like, you know what I mean? Whatever it is for you, whatever it looks like, that's just what I look like when I'm out of breath. Practicing breath work can help with improve your breathing, just like cardiovascular training can help with that. You don't even have to do like running or a Stairmaster to improve your breathing, to improve your respiratory function. You can do that through breath work. Could probably do both. Like go for a 10-minute walk and then do 10 minutes of breath work, you know what I mean? It helps oxygenate the body. Oxygenate the body. And this can help reduce inflammation, among other things. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible without going crazy, nerding out. So those are just like two of the major benefits I wanted to hit on when it comes to physical health. Now, let's go to mental health. So what are some of the benefits of the mental side of things? The mind, if you will. Stress release. Oh, yes. Stress relief. That deep sigh just made me do that with me real fast. Like, I felt good. I feel lighter already. So stress relief, right? And then it also can help calm our mind, clear our mind. Clarity. I'll just put clarity. How about that? And the benefits will all make sense when I go over the mechanism behind it. So that's how it can increase or improve your mental health, right? Stress relief and some clarity. It's like, I'm not even kidding. I'm going to make this sound funny because it's cool to me, but like, it's almost like doing drugs to calm yourself down. Like you smoke weed to kind of mellow yourself out. Breath work is just as potent, if not more potent for the same thing. So now let's move into the emotional side of things. It is a powerful tool for everyone's favorite thing. Okay, maybe not everyone, but mine. Letting go. Letting go of old emotional patterns. Right? And also remaining calm. You know, you have stressful day at work or whatever. Sometimes maybe you're more reactive. You're just like flipping out on people or getting emotional, or, you know, and I'm not saying those things are bad because, you know, life happens. All I'm saying is maybe you want to remain a little bit more calm, a little more composed under stress. Breathwork is a powerful tool to help with that. And again, like I said, letting go. All emotions are energy in motion. So if we can't get past like shame or guilt or anger, oh my God, I've been dealing with a lot of anger the last 2 days, like a lot of rage, and I can't seem to let it go. So I'll just like, I'll channel that energy and move it so it's not stagnant and stuck in my body. And use the breath as a physical representation of the energy releasing itself from my body. All right, so that's the emotional side of things. And then let's just hit on the last point of our 4 pillars of wellness, and that is our spiritual health. How can this help spiritually? Like what? And it's like, it can help you connect deeper to yourself. Deep connection. Elevate your consciousness. Because the example I gave earlier of this is as potent as doing like drugs. If you do breath work, depending on how you do it, if you really start to explore this, it can take you to deeper levels of consciousness that you may not have even realized was possible. I have noticed this so much within my own life. I mean, there are times where I'll do more of like a somatic breathwork practice of my own, where I'm integrating my body with the breathwork as a whole. And it elevates my consciousness to a point where I didn't even see it coming. Like I did one time. I actually got the idea from watching my 3-year-old nephew. He was upset one day and he was throwing a temper tantrum, and I just so happened to be over there, and I actually have pictures of my nephews behind me here. And I had to be the one to carry him out of the room we were in, and he's just like flipping out in my arms. He's just like flailing around, right? The reason I'm laughing is because of what I'm about to get into. And that night while I was meditating, like I felt the same energy within myself. I felt the flail, I'm just gonna call it this, the flailing little boy inside of me. And so I did breath work, and as I was doing it, I just heard a calling, if you will, of start flailing around like a child who's upset. So I did that. And I did it for, I think, like 30 to 60 deep breaths. I don't know, it was a couple months ago, I forget exactly. And I just stopped and paused for a moment afterwards. And just like I had this massive release of emotions. It was like I had a 3-year-old boy inside of me who just needed to be seen and heard. And it was super powerful. So like it elevated my consciousness to be able to see beyond the 30-year-old man who's here right now, who understands blah, 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 you know, and recognize the 6-7-year-old boy within who just needed to be seen and heard and loved. So those are the benefits when we talk about our 4 pillars of wellness. So like now let's talk about the mechanism, right? And the thing I want to hit on here is by getting into a breathwork practice, and this could be 6 deep breaths right now, or you can do breath work for 5 minutes tonight. Doesn't matter whatever end of the spectrum you're on, is it helps activate our autonomic nervous system. And to give you all context, if you're unfamiliar with this terminology, our nervous system is super complex, but I'm gonna dumb it down into 2 versions of it. There's the sympathetic nervous system, which is active throughout our day. When we're at work, when we're on the hustle, when we're on the grind, when we're working out, when we're walking, like when we're doing the things in the outside world, our sympathetic nervous system is active, and this is our fight or flight response system. This is our response system that allows us to handle the stress, the challenges of everyday life. And then there's the parasympathetic nervous system, or the autonomic nervous system. This is the rest and digest nervous system. And we want to tap into this to not only like rewire our brain, but to heal things within us, to heal emotions, to heal energies, to heal trauma inside of ourselves, which allows us to rewire our brain into a more accepting, willing, courageous, loving state. Okay, so that's the mechanism behind it. By getting into deep breathwork practices, we can activate consciously controlling our breath leads to the activation of the autonomic nervous system, which will help downregulate your nervous system from sympathetic to parasympathetic and allow you to rest, allow you to feel calm, allow you to feel at ease. My favorite word. Feel a level of peace. So some simple techniques we're going to go over today. I'm actually going to go over these at the end of the video. So I'm going to go over techniques and integration, and then I'll kind of turn this off, set myself up so I'm not in front of a whiteboard, and we'll go over some of these techniques. But some of the techniques that we're going to be going over today are pretty simple ones. You may have heard them before. I don't know. There might be another name for this, but I'm calling this one exaggerated exhale. This is one I have done with a lot of clients in the past, and it's super simple. So what you do is you take a 3-second inhale and then a 4-second exhale. You're gonna release your jaw and let out a deep sigh through your mouth. So it'll look like this. And this release of the jaw helps activate the autonomic nervous system and kind of send your body that signal like, hey, we can let go of this. We can relax. We're chilling. Like that sigh just like helps activate the autonomic nervous system. And by breathing this way, we can activate the obliques on the side here, which are supposed to be helpful in our respiratory system. But the way we live our lives these days, our breathing patterns can shift. And this shift in the breathing patterns can lead to more of a sympathetic nervous system response rather than the parasympathetic nervous response we're looking to get from this exaggerated exhale breath. The next one I'm gonna go over is gonna be box breathing. This is a really common one. You guys may or may not have heard of this one. And then last but not least, whiteboard, cooperate with me. Spinal breathing. Let's write it here. I'm just gonna write spinal breath or whatever. Those are gonna be the 3 techniques we're gonna go over today. And then last but not least, let's talk about integration. Now it's time to switch up my color marker. Integration. How do we begin to integrate this into our everyday lives? One thing I'm gonna start off with is start small. You don't have to be a breathwork master overnight. If you try some of these techniques and you're like, yo, I actually really like this one. It helped me so much. I feel so much more calm. Start with a minute. And like, this is where, this is where I've worked with members of our community in the past on figuring out where they can start in a fashion where they won't sabotage themselves, because so many people I've worked with are just like, okay, I have the information. Now I have to change everything tomorrow or else I'm a failure. And it's like, no. That's the old way of looking at these things. Let's make all the changes by tomorrow because that'll get us results. No, that's not what it's, we're not about that here. We're about sustainability, and we're in this for the long haul. So start small. If you have a minute at the beginning of your day after you brush your teeth, do it then. It can be 1 minute of box breathing. It can be 1 minute of spinal breathing. It can be 1 minute of exaggerated exhale breathing. It doesn't have to be 15 minutes at the end of the day. I was YouTubing these things before I even made this video, and I found one for 15 minutes. You don't have to do 15 minutes. If all you got is a minute, do the minute. That's all you got to do. Okay, so start small. That's how we're going to start integrating these things. Start small and work your way up. And for this, you have to be ungodly honest with yourself. If you're about to sabotage yourself, stop it right now and just do 1 to 2 minutes of box breathing, you know what I mean? And then revisit what starting small means for you. So start small and work your way up. Stack this practice with something else you already do. I mean, one of my habit stack is kind of really what I'm getting at, but I wrote it backwards. So stack the habits together. Find a habit that you have in your everyday life. So if it's like get the kids ready, if it's brush your teeth, if it's go to bed, if it's drink a glass of water, if you have a routine in the morning, like you wake up, you make the coffee, you get the kids ready, sneak it in somewhere with routines that are already fundamental and established in your life. That way, the fundamental habit you have will trigger the new one. Does that make sense? So for example, every night when I meditate, meditation is a daily practice for me. No matter what, I do breath work while I meditate. Honestly, sometimes I do breath work while I'm playing Pokemon. I got my Nintendo Switch right here. I'll be playing Pokemon and I'll just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop and do 30 deep breaths. So like, you know what I mean? And then now it's so habitual for me to play Pokemon and do breath work that it's kind of interesting. Maybe I should make a video on that. Anyway, I digress there. So stack the habit with routines you already have in your life. Start small and work your way up. There was one other one, but I'm drawing a blank on it right now. So if it comes back to me, we'll talk about it in another video. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reorganize the room and we're gonna actually go over the technique. So I'll see you guys on the other side, which will be down there. All right, y'all, now let's get into the techniques we discussed. So for this, I'm sitting down cross-legged. I got a yoga block underneath my butt to ease my hips a little bit. You do not have to sit down like this. You can lay down, you can stand up. You can do this in any fashion you want because some of the breathwork practices that we're gonna go over, the techniques we're gonna go over right now, I do them at work while I'm operating heavy machinery. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying you can do them anywhere and everywhere. Oh, I just remembered the last way to integrate this. Set alarms in your phone. I used to set alarms all the time, like take 3 deep breaths. I shit you not, I set it in my phone 3 times a day to take 3 deep breaths to start to integrate the practice into my everyday life. Okay, now with that out of the way, the techniques. So let's start. And we're just gonna do these all for like a minute-ish or so a piece. If you guys wanna see full-length breathwork practices, drop a comment down below. Okay, so for the first one, we're gonna do the exaggerated exhale. I know we kind of just went over that a little bit, but we're gonna do it now. We're actually gonna do let's do 12 exaggerated exhale breaths. So like I said, this is gonna be a 3-second inhale. You can breathe in through the mouth or breathe in through the nose, doesn't matter which one. And then it's gonna be a exhale out of the mouth. You're gonna release the jaw and let out a deep sigh. So I'll do one really quick and then we'll do the 12 together. So. I just want you to count out 3 seconds and 4 seconds in your head. So it'd be. Okay, and we will get started. Two more. All right. See, I already feel easier. That's not what I was looking for. I feel lighter. I feel more peace. The anger that's been marinating in my own brain has kind of calmed down a little bit. So that's cool. Okay, the next one we're gonna go over is box breathing. We're gonna do 6 box breaths. Okay, you're gonna have to kind of get into your own cadence for these. For this, you're gonna pick a number that you're gonna use, let me just explain. So I'm gonna use 3, we'll do 3-second breaths. So you're gonna take a 3-second inhale, pause for 3 seconds, exhale for 3 seconds, and then pause for 3 seconds and repeat. We're gonna do that 6 times. And we'll do 3 seconds. So 3-second inhale, pause for 3, exhale for 3, pause for 3. Okay, we're gonna do that 6 times. You can breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. You can do it any way, fashion you want. Doesn't matter, whatever feels most comfortable for you. The most important thing is that we're breathing and we're consciously choosing to do this. Okay, so let's begin. I think I messed up somewhere in there. I try to keep my fingers going to help whoever might be watching, but I messed up. So that's box breathing. Again, these techniques you can do anywhere and everywhere. Even if you just do like 2 rounds of box breathing where it's just like, you can do that at work. I mean, I do it at work all the time. Like the machine I'm operating is being a pain in the butt. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do like 10 exaggerated exhale breaths. Like, and like if somebody was actually watching me at work, I don't know if people do, but they would see me just like huffing and puffing and we're like, it's actually kind of funny. Okay, the last technique we're gonna talk about is more of like a mind-body activation technique. And that is because for this, I recommend sitting upright, but if you're laying down, you can still do it. I do it all the time. We're just gonna imagine the breath flowing up and down the spine as if we're trying to control the flow of energy throughout our body. So just thinking about starting at the base of your pelvis. So if you're sitting down, feel your sit bones. Imagine the energy is swirling around down there. And then as we take a deep breath in, we're gonna pull the energy, pull the breath up the stream of our spine, if you will. Does that make sense? So again, all of this is more of a visualization rather than something you're doing. So you're gonna breathe in, you're gonna imagine the flow of the breath coming up to your the top of your head. Excuse me again. And when it gets there, you're gonna release the breath. Okay, we'll do this 6 times too. So and to take this practice to the next level, if you're feeling up to it, you can move your spine with the breath. I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better than all the anger that was swirling around in my brain for the last 2 days. So I'm really glad we did this. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's video. If you took anything from the video, if you're gonna start integrating a breathwork practice into your routines, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, drop a comment down below. Let us know. Let somebody know, because you may inspire somebody to start the same thing in their own life after watching this video. Drop a comment. Let us know what you learned from today's video. If you want to see anything else, please like and subscribe to the channel for more wellness educational content, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.
So the rope touches my left heel.
With peppers, onions,